Hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett and thank you for spending some time with me today because in this video, we are talking about hard to decorate spaces, mistakes you make when decorating them, and how to actually do it and make your home look beautiful, good, gorgeous, and great, because maybe we all need that. Now, the first space we have to talk about that I see decorated incorrectly all the time, it's just a hard space to decorate, okay? I wanna be sure I'm putting that out there because yes, I am in my villain era, but I do want to let you know that mistakes can happen and we can fix them together. This first hard to decorate thing is actually like a open concept space, a large wall in a space that extends between two separate areas. Let's say you have an open concept space that has, a living room on one side and a dining room on the other, and there's one wall that extends between the two of them. What do you do with it? How do you create definitive spaces? How do you say that is the living room, this is the dining room, without basically putting up a wall in the middle of them? Which, adding walls right now is a big trend to open concept houses. Maybe that's what you do. But there are creative ways we can go about doing that. You could add in a custom feature, you could have a wall panel, but there are also things we can do just using furniture, just using layouts to create these more segmented spaces with one large wall. Now, I'm gonna put together a little mock-up for you of what I would do if I was in this situation. Let's take this big blank wall here, and I'm gonna start off with something I love. You know, I'm obsessed with this secretary cabinet I have. It's one of my favorite things ever. I'm gonna put that right in the middle, right where I would imagine a wall would be to segment these two spaces, because I want to create a natural barrier, something that says like, this is the center, this is where this room stops and that one starts. Okay, we've got this in place, I love it. He's gonna be about the same height as a door frame or a window frame or something like that, maybe even where you would hang drapery off of a window. Cool. That way we're creating almost an architectural-like feature. For the dining room, I love a console table, a credenza, a buffet. This is mine. I'm using it in this space. Okay, we're decorating with my things because they're obviously gorgeous. I'm gonna put that right there. And I might have chairs on either side of it. Maybe if I use a smaller piece, I'd put chairs on either side because that's just something I love also. And it's also helping to break up one space from another. The artwork, like I said, it's gonna be about where we hang it. I want it slightly lower than the top of that secretary cabinet. And maybe we need to up the ante with the scale, so we add sconces either side. It's great, it's fabulous, it's beautiful. If you don't want sconces, just get some taller lamps, okay? I see lamps that are so oversized in most spaces, they belong on a buffet in a dining room. This is the place for them. We'll do some great lamps, okay? And some of these accessory and decor pieces are gonna be from Amazon. They'll be linked in the description box down below. On the living room end of things, what do we do? Well, it depends. If we're putting a sofa with its back to this wall, I'm gonna have the sofa against a wall and a large piece of artwork hung above it, and I think that's fabulous. Maybe a cantilevered floor lamp just to add a little bit of lighting and create a little bit of asymmetry. Or I can put the TV on this wall. Now a TV is gonna be a little bit harder to work with because they have to be sat lower. So I'll probably just either ignore the fact that it's hung a little lower. I might do a kind of a collage of artwork around it to create the illusion that it's hung higher. Maybe I'll add a picture light above it. Sconces on either side could be cool with a lower console table. That way I could put lamps there. I can have a piece of furniture hiding the cords, cables, wires, and plugs that I hate to see. And we're creating this divided space. One is clearly a living room. The other is clearly a dining room. And there's no architectural features here. There's no fireplace. There are no columns or posters on a wall dividing the two. That's how you take a big blank wall and make it work for you in your home. Now, if you have a hard to decorate or difficult space in your home, whether it's a furniture layout, you can't decide how to use a room, or what to hang on the wall, I'm at your service. You can always book a one-on-one consultation with me using the link in the description box down below, or going to intro.co/GarrettLeChic. Now, the next thing that is hard or difficult to decorate with that I see mistakes made with all of the time, and it drives me crazy because the potential is there, is actually wallpaper. I adore wallpaper. I love wallpaper so much, and it can be used to really enhance a space, or it can make a space look horrible. Here's the thing about wallpaper or patterns, fabric in general in a space. It has to make sense. There has to be some rhyme or some reason. There has to be some cohesivity, some element that works with it. We also may need to tone things down a little bit because a lot of pattern can be a lot of pattern. Here is an example of a space with wallpaper used beautifully. Oh, this may be my dream bathroom. Maybe it's one of my dream bathrooms. Honestly, I don't know that I have a dream anything because there's probably like 10 dream bathrooms I have, right? Am I not the only one? Anyway, this space, I think the wallpaper was used so successfully. Now, it was applied to the ceiling, which is going to be a little unconventional for some people because they're like, hey, it should be on the walls. You need to be addressing what's happening on your ceiling. Otherwise, like, the interior design may be lacking. Okay, I'll just put it that way. It's used on the ceiling and I think it's used beautifully. What I really like is that we have taken the two main colors from this wallpaper, the blue and the white. It's used on the ceiling and I think it's used really successfully. And what we're doing here in the rest of the space that's making it work is we're taking out the two main colors. We're taking out the blue, we're taking out the white. The white is being used for trim and cabinetry. All of the moldings, the crown moldings, the moldings on the walls, the baseboard, the cabinetry in this space, all of it is in this same white tone, the same exact tone. It's creating a softness to the space. And on the walls, we're actually using the blue from the paper. But what I want you to notice, and what they've done really successfully here, is they've used the inverse. So the wallpaper itself, the back of the paper, like, you know, the background, is this white. But the white is used in the bathroom as an accent. And then the blue in the paper is used as an accent, so we're using it on the walls in the space. We're creating a balance there. It's like a yin and a yang, right? The white with a little bit of black, the black with a little bit of white. That's what is happening with this wallpaper and this bathroom in general. Now, other people do wallpaper in a way that just is like, there's wallpaper on the wall. We haven't painted the trim to be cohesive. We haven't done anything with the ceiling. The furniture doesn't match. It's a mistake because it just feels busy. It feels cluttered and it's not necessary. And if you're that person where you like to have a lot of patterns in, you know, your sofa's a pattern, you have pillows that are patterns, the chairs have patterns all over them, maybe having a solid wall color is better for you. Not everybody needs a wallpaper, okay? If you have space that's very, very detail oriented in terms of the furniture, decor, and accessories and artwork, a wallpaper might not be for you. Listen, I'm a design expert, okay? And I'm also a design lover, which is why I can break things down for you like this and I can share them with you and how to do them in your home. And if you've been here a while, you know that. So if you are new here, we, as in me and the LeChic family, would love to have you join us here because we are trying to save the world from bad design. And it's going well so far, but we could use a little bit of help. So be sure you hit that subscribe button, join us, become a part of the LeChic family. Let's save the world together. Okay, at least save my eyesight because I'm tired of the visual assault that is horrible design. The next thing that is difficult to decorate, and I see people make the mistake of all the time, is actually your fireplace mantle. And I could talk to you in theory about that right here, or I could take you down to my fireplace mantle and show you how to actually decorate it in your home. Let's go. Okay, everyone, welcome to my mantle here in my living room. I didn't design this mantle. It was here in the house when we bought it. You might hear Cornelius clicking around in the background. Please forgive him for that, but he's a bulldog and that's what they do. So I didn't design this mantle, I didn't pick it out, but I do actually like it because it fits in with the natural style of my home. I live in a colonial style home, so it's got a little bit of detail, not too much. What I love about this mantle and my personal style is that because my style leans more traditional, I decorate things in a slightly more modern way. And by that, I don't mean it's contemporary, it's ultra modern. It just means that it doesn't have the traditional characteristics of a traditional space that you would expect. And what I mean by that is symmetry. So what I've done here is I've hung this mirror. It is an Empire style mirror. I actually sourced this on Facebook Marketplace. Best find ever. I think it was like 40 bucks. The sconces are candle sconces. I still need to paint the wall behind them from when I hung them. I found them, they're solid brass, they're beautiful, and they have a taper candle in them. Once we repaint this room into like a tan kind of beige color, the candles will stand out a little bit more, but right now they're blending into the white wall. This is symmetry, okay? So we have one piece on this side, one piece on this side matching. We have something in the center. To play with that a little bit, I've used asymmetry. So I have this 3-armed candle sconce here, and opposite that, in a similar area, I have a small vase with branches. Playing with asymmetry on your mantle creates a more modern effect. We're playing with asymmetry by having 2 different pieces, but they're in the same spots. So it makes it feel like it's balanced, but not asymmetrical. And because this candle sconce is not so much drastically taller than this is, or the centerpiece here, it doesn't feel unbalanced and it doesn't feel out of place. Now, if I wanted something that felt very traditional in this space, and I don't personally love this because to me it feels slightly I don't know, tired in a way, I would do something along the lines of this. I have 2 matching small planters. This is more of my Jasperware collection, and this small lidded jar that was actually on my coffee table. I wouldn't do this because it's not giving me elevated, it's not giving me layered, it's not giving me something that feels unexpected. It's giving me what I would think I would see if somebody told me their style was traditional, because it's very symmetrical, it's all very in line with each other, it's very low, like the top of this vase is perfect with the base of this mirror, which comes across here, this piece fits perfectly, doesn't feel surprising to me. So I think mixing a little bit of asymmetry with symmetry creates a space that feels more organic, more natural, and slightly more modern, even though you can use traditional pieces to style the actual space. Okay, we're back in the studio. The next area in your home we have to talk about that is difficult to decorate, I see people mess up all of the time, or they just never do anything with because it's so hard, is actually, what do you do on the wall your staircase is on? Okay, a lot of you have 1-story homes. I'll give you that. Like, and you probably went for the 1-story home because decorating that wall is just so difficult. I mean, also, you know, maybe you don't want to go upstairs, but that is not the fantasy that we're having right now. We're talking about how to decorate on a wall with a staircase. The thing about a staircase and the wall there that's difficult is they tend to be 2-story walls because staircases go from one floor to another and it's a solid wall. Okay, but they're not a full wall because we have a staircase against it. So what do? Things have to be staggered upward. It's as simple as that. Staircases can be gorgeous and beautiful and have great artwork. Personally for me, I'm either gonna do artwork or mirrors, and it's just kind of there. That's where my mind is. I like the glamour that comes from a mirror. I like the contrast of like a gold frame on a silver mirror. I think it's beautiful, and I would do that on a staircase. But you can do some great artwork too. You can also play with lighting and sconces. Give me 3 sconces, once again, staggered like you would artwork. It needs to follow the line of the staircase, of your railing on the staircase, and that is how you place artwork in a home. Now, one of the most asked spaces to decorate in a home, people come to me about it all of the time, constantly in the comment section. People want to know how to decorate their coffee table, and I see a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes. We're gonna talk about it, but once again, it's like a fireplace. I can't just sit here and talk to you about it in theory. Okay, let's go head over. Okay, you should feel lucky that I'm sitting on the floor to explain this to you because we're in the studio right now, and this is the coffee table in this space. It's a green marble coffee table that I absolutely love, a vintage piece, and it's the perfect scale for in here. But it's not big. It's a somewhat smaller table. It's about 30 inches, which is a good size, very apartment sized. Because it's smaller, I started with an open coffee table book. This is one of my favorites. It's about the embassies in Paris. It's a beautiful, beautiful book that is linked to my Amazon storefront, along with a lot of the decor accessories and also sweaters that I wear in my videos. Personally, on a round table, I like to see an odd number of objects. And that's not necessarily a rule, that just makes sense in my head. So I have 3 things here. I have this Waterford vase with these faux tulips in it. Now I have multiple floral arrangements in my home. It's a lot to keep up with, so these ones are fake, okay? And they're the best fake tulips out there. I got them from Amazon, and you can get them from Amazon too because they look really beautiful and very good. I typically wouldn't put a tall floral arrangement on a coffee table, but because this is not a space with a TV in front of it, I'm not entertaining in here, it purely is for the aesthetic, it works. And having a wall right here, even though these are windows, works because having something taller against a wall immediately makes it look smaller because of how tall the wall actually is. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you there, but you can see these, they move in a very kind of natural way. Really, really love these. It's nice to have a floral arrangement of some sort on a table. And so this one, we're playing with height by having it be taller. The candle next to it is a little shorter. And then the book itself is that 3rd layer. 1, 2, 3. Love that for me. This candle, I like that it has a very warm glass enclosure to it, the jar itself, and it also has a lid, which I think is lovely. This is a new candle that I haven't started burning yet, but it smells wonderful. I don't know if I can link this for you. I will check it out and see. Be sure you head to the description box to look for it. You don't want to have too many pieces. You don't want it to be cluttered and have unnecessary junk and stuff on it. Oh, I can't tell you how stunning this coffee table in the studio looks. Oh. I'm so talented at what I do. Also, what I'm talented at is knowing when a trend needs to go. When it's time, you gotta cut your losses and get rid of it. And I would suggest that you check out this video right over here to learn about some of the most tragic trends that just need to go. It's time to say goodbye. We have to ditch them, so be sure you check out that video right over here, and I will see you over there.